explain conspicuous consumption to another kindred?
Very carefully.
No, I'm being serious because I've never played a character with conspicuous consumption.
Um,
The original incarnation of this character did not have conspicuous consumption, and it was like, oh, it'll be fun.
that good question. I mean, it really would be something.
Like, do I explain, like, I have this compulsory need to do it, or...
That's what I would say. I mean, it's just, that's, I guess that would be the best way to explain it. By the way, we are live, just so you know. But that is the best way to explain it. I guess would be the best way. The only way I can think of without making yourself sound like a freak, is the fact that you have this weird compulsion, and a lot of people can chalk it up to the embrace affects every vampire differently.
Right.
Kind of like in Interview where they said everybody gets a different gift. Well, in Vampire, the embrace affects everyone differently. So you just say that's what happened to you. So if it ever becomes a question, most people won't ask because they don't.
Most people can overlook it. I mean,
yeah,
it's not a flaw that's horribly uncommon. It's just uncommon for players to take.
Yeah. All right. Well, sorry for the delay in the introduction here. A question was raised during going live that I thought would get answered beforehand. But this is Minneapolis by Night. This is the vampire venue. As you can see, we have Myrcella and Dante, who are going to be... I'm just going to make it easy. You guys are already at the bar, just to save time and energy. You guys, I will say, since you both have some contacts and some sources within the Kindred, you have heard reports that Sven, the gangrel, self-proclaimed prince, there is no official prince in the city, but the self-proclaimed prince is currently missing. So naturally, tensions that were already high between three factions just got worse.
It makes it easier. There's now one prince. There's no issue.
Yeah, well, not so much, because, I mean, as much as James will take it, he doesn't want it that way. He
just say, there is now one prince. No issue with that.
Well, fortunately,
so, yeah.
Sven's faction sees it otherwise.
Yeah, I figured.
But, yeah, so as you guys are sitting in the bar, the tension, I mean, it's, use the phrase, you can almost cut it with a knife. Yeah, as you're looking around, it's... Whew. Yeah, a little...
skillful would be better.
I want my tentacles already. I want my tentacle to feed me. I'm like freaking Audrey 2. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me. So yeah.
Jade is here, and as well as both of you would know, Jade is the gangrel harpy. Specifically, she was Sven's other right hand. He had, technically she's his left hand because she's the violent one.
Okay.
So he's left-handed right now. Gotcha.
Yeah. The rich one is just money concerns. And since you guys are both in the know, all of Sven's backup is here.
Oh.
Oh, joy.
So every major kindred that supports Sven is currently sitting in this bar.
Goody.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how many people are here that I don't recognize from either court?
Let's see. You know what? I'm going to do a random roll just to see. Does Zachariah decide to show up? Yes, he does. Zachariah is back.
Politics?
No one knows
Holly,
who
what
he
am I
is.
rolling with?
I'm totally doing what I like to do best, scanning the bar for some delightful fun. What?
Will needs to know what he's rolling for his perception alertness.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Perception politics. I think it's perception politics, or would it be intelligence politics?
We'll go with intelligence politics.
Okay.
Okay, so 3 and 2.
So 5 dice.
Yep.
For those who don't know, I know there are pictures on the Facebook page, but I will get the picture of Zachariah up so you can at least see what he looks like.
You said you need
Again,
5 dice.
you don't know who he is, or at least his affiliation.
Okay.
And yeah, just so you know, most of James's associates are here. Actually, I'll do it this way. Fuck it. You'll have to deal with the annoying part here for a second. That's Zachariah.
Okay, cool. Middle
Cute.
Eastern looking guy. Gotcha.
Alright. So you need that roll, or did he do it when I was popping up the sheet?
I don't know. I didn't see if he did it or not.
No, I was talking to you because he needs someone to roll for him. That's all.
Oh, does he need somebody to roll for him? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got it.
I
Right
always
there.
need somebody to roll for me.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
8, 5, 4, 5, 3.
So, yeah, Bill, how many successes is that? 1?
Yeah, 1 success.
Cool.
Enough to know that a majority of the people in here right now are, of course, human, because you can tell just by the way they're acting and moving. I mean, I do believe in the philosophy that vampires do move and act a little differently, so they're a little bit more obvious. So I'm just going to give you guys the perception check to say that you at least notice this. Both of you would know that other than the humans in here, it's pretty crowded tonight.
Okay.
It seems like most of the kindred political factions are here. You don't see any Sabbat, mainly because, well, even in Elysium, but also no one actually knows what the Sabbat look like. Actually, there's only one person who does right now.
Well, of course, they're one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eaters.
Yeah. But the guy I just showed you, Zachariah, he is currently sitting at the bar. You see him sipping on a, nice goblet of what looks like probably, you're guessing, wine of some sort. He was here before you guys got here, so you don't know what exactly he ordered. You just know that you see the bartender pouring from a particular bottle. As you look at it, it looks a little thick, so you're probably assuming it's blood wine.
Perception alertness, Holly?
Sure, why not?
Okay, 3 and another 5.
Okay, cool. So, how many
Okay.
successes? Oh.
2, 10, 8, 9,
Christ.
8.
Holy fuck.
Okay, so what I'm looking for, in particular, is 1, is Zachariah breathing? 2, is he blinking? 3, does he have a pallor that is inhuman? I'm looking for several things that denote him as a vampire, because he did not pop up on my politics.
Yeah, all of them on the indication scale would mark him as a vampire. PJ, I knew you were off and on, so I just figured. Basically, I'm starting everybody at the bar where all the attention is. Your Tremere can go ahead and be here. If he's choosing Sven's side, then he'll be over with Jade and the others. He still has to be introduced. Technically, there's only one proclaimed prince right now, because the other one's missing.
Well, there's only one prince that I seek acknowledgement from.
He's the one that's missing. Yeah, that's the problem. His harpy basically is in charge right now.
He doesn't have a
seneschal?
No, he hasn't officially established one. He hasn't found anybody worthy of the title.
Ouch.
Sheriff?
Jade is the closest that comes to any title right now.
All right. Gotcha. Well, then I'll attempt to approach Jade.
Okay. For everybody's knowledge, Jade is what you picture a typical gang girl to look like, a typical biker. This is what she looks like. She's in blue jeans, combat boots, a t-shirt that has just a why not? The anarchy symbol upside down with a line through it.
Okay.
Because she's a smart ass.
Well, if I'm out and about here, I'm only doing one thing.
Yeah, she's wearing a black leather biker jacket, and from what you know what? Perception alertness everybody to see if they notice it.
5 dice, please.
5
Yep.
dice, I gotcha. Go ahead, roll yours, Holly. I'll get his.
Perception alertness, detail oriented.
Yes, would count. Sorry, dude, you don't notice
Fuck
anything.
that one. Fuck that one.
What?
No.
I
rolled
also have-
4.
What's standard?
Go ahead, PJ. Yeah, standard.
I also have 5 dice. I'm on my phone, so can't really
Gotcha.
roll.
Okay. Well, I can't promise my rolls are going to be any better. And yours.
Yeah.
Let Holly roll for both of you because apparently my rolls are just not working for you today because you guys are just going to be oblivious
Your
to
rolls
everything.
don't work for anyone except for you.
And even
So,
then,
yeah,
they don't
Holly,
work for me.
And even then
you are
they're
a signed
sketchy.
dice roller.
You're the assigned dice roller.
I mean, I don't really care. Like, it's fine. You can just continue to roll for me. I don't care if I get bad rolls.
Okay. Well, then you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. You will when you get closer because it becomes obvious. Because she's a little animated right now, talking to some of the other of Sven's group. Because she's not happy. She is pissed off that Sven is missing. And the weird thing is, the one thing, once Holly gets to roll for William.
I did. Oh, I thought you rolled from both already.
I did, but I'm going to let you re-roll for
Okay.
William.
Well, I got 3 on mine and 5 dice.
You're definitely going to notice what. You're just going to notice she's carrying weapons.
Good God!
There, I am okay with that. 5 successes.
You obviously notice so much that you notice that she actually isn't wearing a bra.
Nice. Okay, yeah.
He got 5 successes. I can't argue with that. 5 dice, 5 successes. He'd notice if she was sweating at this point. She doesn't.
The priest will simply lower his head and begin to pray for her.
Well, yeah, she's only wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah, the priest will lower his head.
No,
and
he was
count
looking in her direction. He was being, he was looking around. When you get 5 successes on a perception on your 5 dice roll, you notice everything.
Okay.
I feel like the Highlander. I see it all. I hear it all.
Yes, Jade is very, you do see weapons on her. She's carrying 2 guns. No big surprise. I mean, even in Elysium, she's a harpy, so she kind of gets away with it.
Yeah.
But you do notice she is very animated towards the other Sven followers. And there's a lot of pointing going on in James's group's direction. He seems to be ignoring it and paying attention to his people, and they're having a conversation.
Okay.
You see Jade stop as you approach. PJ, you see Jade stop.
All right.
One of the new ones, right?
Yes. I'm here hoping to get some form of recognition or hospitality in a limited form until the prince can be found.
She smiles. Well, she looks at you. I guess I kind of take his stead for right now. I say welcome to the city. You have the hospitality as much as we can offer right now. Obviously, with our current predicament, we're a little off.
Yes, as long as I do not have to combat your scourges or sheriff, then I'm fine.
No, you'll be fine. I would recommend, even though we have our attention, I would recommend at least walking over to that gentleman and at least introducing yourself. He's the only other one that has the power to actually call himself a prince. That is the former prince of the city, James Crow. Whether or not you want to is your touch. You know, I could personally care less. I'm not going to tell you to, but you have our blessings. You don't really need theirs. She just smiles.
Okay. He just nods and says, "Very good," and he does not go speak to James.
Okay, that's fine.
Myrcella's kind of sitting, watching everything going on, while she's also looking for a tasty snack, as it were.
Okay. Well, there are plenty of humans. By the way, that is for you, PJ. Let me get your... Oh, nice. PJ, for a bonus on your character sheet, add an additional bruised level.
You already rolled my benefits. Am I getting more?
Oh, did I? I thought
Yeah,
no, that's
remember?
right, I did. Okay, yeah. I completely forgot.
I mean,
That's what
I
I
would
wrote
love
down.
extra
You did it.
Never
level.
mind then. Yeah, never
That was
mind
really
then. See, that
That's
was
what
a
I
better
wrote
roll than the
down.
other
Well,
one I
I
did.
gave them two, so I knew.
Yeah, I completely forgot. I thought I didn't. Oh, believe me, you would have. Be glad you got the one you did, because the negative for that is lose 1 dot of skills from character creation.
Damn.
The only good news is you get to choose. But
Well,
since I already rolled for you, you're safe. I forgot I did that with you with him, so you're good to go.
okay, so everybody knows Rainsdale is a fairly large man. He is black, and I don't know. I would say it's easy to tell that he is not of American African stock. Like he's probably from some he is a deeper dark than what is considered normal in the U.S. He
Okay.
wears a suit, no tie, with the top button unbuttoned on his white shirt, and he's
Okay.
holding a duffel bag.
He's holding a what?
A duffel
A
bag.
duffel bag.
A duffel bag. Okay, that is not what I heard initially. So I was like, wait, I've got to clarify because I heard some sort of rag, and I'm like, what?
Why's he carrying that around?
You don't want to know.
Yeah, I heard basically a ski blanket, and I was like, what?
Okay.
Oh.
Right now, I mean, yeah, I mean, even PJ, even your character can see that there's a lot of tension. Where you're currently standing, you can see everybody seems to be glaring over in James's direction. Since you're standing close enough, you can actually hear them speaking low to each other, talking about how they truly believe that James is behind Sven's disappearance. Whether he wants to play the innocent, he didn't do it, and he's willing to help us find him, everybody thinks it's a cover. Jade just kind of gives them all a look, and they all shut up.
Okay, so she's the one that says that we can't really do anything about it. We just have to take his help.
She hasn't said one way or the other right now. She's willing to accept it on its face value for now, but from what you've heard, she doesn't exactly, well, she doesn't trust Venture at all. She has an extreme hatred for them, actually. Mainly because they're all stuck-up assholes. But yeah, well, as she sees them all as stuck-up assholes. But she will accept it at face value for now, if nothing else, to try and ease some of the tension between the two factions. Because there are bigger fish to fry right now that Jade feels the concern is should be better directed in that direction for now.
Good. People are learning my lessons.
Don't misunderstand. Jade is not stupid. She is a very good strategist, and she doesn't buy for a second that James isn't trying to vie for power in one way, shape, or form. But she will bide her time. A hunter in the city hunting kindred is a very serious threat. That hunter takes priority.
Wait, we have hunters in the city now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was in the gossip thing. I forgot to tell you.
Real quick question: is it? Upon hearing that, I would have investigated if it was church or non.
Non-church.
Okay, cool. Well,
Yeah,
then I can't do anything about that to make them go away. So.
Yeah, if you checked your church contacts, they would say no, we don't have anybody in the city.
Do we have a list of who the hunter is? Do we have intel on them?
They have. The most they have is that they believe he is a. They specifically believe he is a shifter a shifter who's a hunter of vampires. There are now rumored of 4 hunters within the city.
Wonderful. Okay. Cool.
2 have been claimed as the mages, and you've heard in the political running around is the kindred and the mages are getting ready to have a conversation about hopefully keeping the mage hunters in check, the mage kindred hunters in check.
Wait, what?
There are two mages who are they have specifically made their intentions clear. They want to destroy all the kindred.
And I've been targeted? What?
No, nobody has been technically yet.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
They just have no love for kindred, and they have a background of taking out kindred.
Gotcha.
But they're new to this city, so they have to follow the rules of the Council of the Mages. And the Council and the acting powers that be of the kindred will be having the conversation.
Gotcha.
Basically, John and I will be having a discussion about it. The two hunters that were known before about the mages, one was actually a shifter hunter, specifically there to target shifters. The problem that the kindred have with that is that it is rumored that the hunter is specifically a kindred.
Okay.
The higher up talks, which you may have heard, say that they believe that these particular two hunters were brought in to cause tension between the two factions.
Okay.
So that's why a meeting with the Gru was already established. You heard about that. Nothing
Who's
is
heading that?
Jade and Bo. Bo is a Ravnos Harpy for the city. He has no allegiance to either side, actually.
Okay.
Or any of the three sides. He was designated by all three groups as a Harpy for the city. His allegiance is 0.
He is exactly who I'm going to go find at this point. Give me something to do.
He is a player character, so he will have to wait till Ian is available.
Yep.
Okay.
Ian.
Got it.
Ian
Yeah,
is Ian's character.
I need Ian. So,
That's fine.
well,
But
then
yeah,
in that case,
he will be the one that you will talk to.
Yeah.
And those are the only two Harpies within the city right now. There was a third, but the third was removed from power because it was proven that he was colluding with Sabat and other organizations in order to destroy the internal politics of the Camarilla.
Okay. That being said, you've given me still something to do.
And it is
Dante?
confirmed he was fully destroyed. It was one of... Here's the fun part. The Harpy was James's Harpy.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Yeah.
apparently, they destroyed him?
From what you've heard, he has been destroyed.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
leaving it at that.
I'm gonna, at this point, stand up and walk over to James, glass of water in hand, and slowly sip on it. And kind of bow.
James looked at you. Yes, how can I help you? You had to stop for a second.
Real
Conversation.
quick question for you, Prince Crow.
Yes.
And I'm at its point, he will lean in and kind of whisper into his ear. Was your Harpy in fact destroyed, or may I question him?
He was brought to Sven for persecution.
Gotcha.
From what we were told, he was destroyed, but I don't know. Sven has his...
Sven.
Yeah. He may not have destroyed him, may have turned him. We don't know.
Right.
We have no contact with him anymore. We're assuming he's destroyed.
Okay, well, I will be back then. And he will excuse himself, bid everybody a good evening, and head over to Jade.
Okay. Jade kind of looks up. Yes.
He'll smile and nod at her. The evening finds you well, I hope? As well as it can be.
Okay. What you need from me?
Well, I had a question, and he'll actually lean in, close to her ear, because he feels that they, on some level, get along at this point.
Yeah.
And he will whisper into her ear the same question of, is the illustrious traitor Herpes still alive for questioning, or is it in fact no longer in existence.
She kind of sits back a minute, kind of looks at you.
He'll
You
kind of
just
smile like a friendly smile, not like one of those smiles that goes, "I'm not trying to threaten you. I'm not trying to. I have no personal gain except to do what I have asked."
Yeah, she's not looking at you like she's well. I mean, a little suspicious because it's a topic that most people don't usually bring up, mainly
It
because
is, however, his intentions from the beginning have been made very clear that his
That's-
intent is to get rid of the Sabbat.
yeah,
And
that's
this
why
is
she
only-
kind of looks at you. You see her just grab a piece of paper, write something down on it, fold it up, hand it to you.
He'll nod, take the paper, and look directly into her eyes, and kind of like, I don't know, do you follow the band Tool at all?
Not really.
Okay, he will just, in the most humbled tone that he can muster, just look directly into her eyes, kind of slightly bow his head, and a nod, and be like, "Thank you."
Mm-hmm.
And he will go back to his seat, putting the piece of paper into his inner breast pocket so that it's against his being, so that if anybody wants to get to it, they've got to get into his clothes.
Just to give the other two a chance to possibly see the interaction, if you two want to roll.
Oh, absolutely, because I'm watching. That's what I do when I'm here.
Yeah, because this creepy priest-looking guy walked over to James, had a conversation with Prince Crow, as some are calling him, not everybody, and then walked over to the other camp, the other big camp, and had a conversation with the harpy. And then you could see the harpy pulled out a piece of paper and wrote something on it. You don't know what was asked because he leaned into her and whispered something. She kind of sat back for a second and looked at him a little, but then kind of nodded to herself. And that's when she wrote something down. So see if you can figure out. I'll give you the perception alertness. PJ, you there?
You know what I'm gonna ask, right?
What's written?
No, she wouldn't be able to see that.
Yeah, no.
Sure, yeah, I'll roll 5 dice. I don't care. Roll for me, William.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't really care.
And you never know; it could be good.
Like it doesn't
PJ, I love you.
No.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, you're standing right next to him, but even you didn't hear the guy whisper into Jade's ear.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how low it was. I mean, again, it's in a bar, so there's some noise. And
Right.
That doesn't bother me. I don't particularly care whatever this guy's doing.
But he seems to have at least appealed to Jade in some way because Jade was willing to give up information, or at least have a conversation with him without, staking him on sight. Because you watched him walk over.
Right.
You too also watched him walk over to James Crow's table and have a conversation, and then walk over here, and pretty much it looks like almost have the exact same conversation.
Blatantly at that.
Yeah, almost blatantly.
This
He didn't
guy's-
hide it. Yeah, he's not walking. He's not being stealthy. He walked right in between the two groups.
Well, I mean, like, he invited me to do the same. I just didn't care to, so
Yeah.
I assumed that it's not a big issue, so I just don't care.
You are aware there are very few, mind you, very few kindred who have not taken a side in any way, shape, or form. They refuse to take a side because, honestly, it's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of things.
Right.
So they say, fuck you, we're staying out of it. And they've been allowed to, stay out of it. It's really, each individual kindred's choice. I mean, everybody says Sven's the better choice because he's a gangrel. They're tired of seeing Ventrue run things, and, in many of the cities where Ventrue did have power, things went to shit, and stuff like that. But, it's, that's just typical clan differences between everybody, so,
Hey, PJ.
Yeah,
Dunstan.
sure.
So, yeah, basically when he takes the seat, he's making sure he's in a corner with his back to a wall,
Okay.
and taking out that piece of paper, looking at it real quick, and then getting all the pertinent information off of it, and then putting it back.
Okay. It just had an address.
Cool. I figured it was something that simple, but he
it had an
didn't
address
want
and a word on it that you're not sure what the word means, but you have
is the word in Latin, Enochian, or Romani?
Latin.
Okay, cool. Let's roll with it. What is it?
It doesn't make any sense. It just says.
Oh wait, no, I don't speak Latin. I'm sorry. I
okay.
really should pick that up. I'm sorry.
I just see a word in Latin. Okay.
Yeah.
But you're.
Can I use intelligence occult to decipher that? Because as a Catholic, I'm a really bad player and did not take language Latin.
Yes, you would think you'd take language Latin.
I really you have to understand. When I was throwing this together, I was like, oh god, so much stuff to do, so little points. And there are a few
Go ahead.
things.
Yeah, I'll give you the intelligence occult roll.
Intelligence 3, occult, I believe 1, so 4 dice. Holly, you're on me.
A Catholic that doesn't know Latin.
I know, it's the most ridiculous.
Cardinal, nonetheless.
I'm gonna have to backspin for a few things, namely willpower.
That's okay.
Namely willpower in other language, Latin.
It happens. I mean, one success. It's not odd form of Latin, so I would say you've been able to pick it up, especially as a cardinal. You've heard various phrases. The phrase is actually an eye for an eye in Latin.
Okay.
And there he goes. Okay, and he's gone. Okay. What do you two guys do? Myrcella, you watch this whole interaction. You see the weird priest kind of sitting in the corner, and he's dressed in priestly robes, mind you.
Yeah.
You were removed from this call.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
Google's a bitch.
I know. It's lovely. So. Okay. Cool.
She's very much just enjoying keeping an eye on things.
I should probably note that my nifty, my priestly cross that we all know about, or at least some of us do, is underneath the robes.
Okay, so she's in the cross.
That way it's not to people.
She kind of she is gonna go get a beverage and sit back down, but yeah, she's pretty much just scanning the bar and listening in.
Okay. From what you can tell, it's exactly as you expected when these, from what you've heard, when these two groups are in the same room, there's always some tension. I'm already going to roll PJs for him because what I'm about to ask, everybody needs to roll. Perception and alertness, because there's this one guy that just has kind of, he's been setting everybody off, and I'm going to give everyone the chance to.
Alertness or awareness?
Awareness, sorry. PJ actually got a decent roll this time. You actually see shit this time. Woo!
That's fine.
Okay, this is mine here. We'll get yours in a second. This is mine. Detail-oriented count?
It's an iffy one because you're more noticing that this guy has... Well, yeah, I'll give it to you. Just because this guy is being very specific.
So, Holly, the answer is what counts as D's nuts? Sorry, you said D, and all I could hear was D's nuts.
That 4 on mine will, let's see. And 2 for him.
Damn. The guy that I explained earlier, Zachariah, he's been watching all the interactions between the various groups rather intently. He was real curious to watch the priestly guy walk over to both groups and then have a quick conversation. He has focused his attention more on you, William, than on anybody else at this point. But once he notices that you briefly look at it and almost basically get rid of it as soon as you see it, he just kind of shrugs and then kind of looks back around. He's leaning up against the bar. He leans back every so often to grab his drink, takes a drink from it, but he is intently watching the interaction between the groups. It's almost as if he's
No, he's doing what I'm doing, watching them.
Yeah, but this to you.
He's doing it in
this
a
guy's-
different way. I'm doing it because I find it amusing.
Okay, so this
Yeah,
guy
he's
is a
He's
vampire,
doing it
but
for
he
different
doesn't.
purposes.
This guy's a vampire, but he doesn't ping on my politics.
Correct.
How many vampires
not
in here
involved.
don't ping on my politics? Basically, is I guess my question at this point.
He's actually the only one. I mean, there are even a couple of anarchs here, but they kind of stay quiet.
Okay, so Holly still pings on my politics.
Her dress, her demeanor. Is she wearing the dress with a big G on it?
No.
Good. I
God.
think that's absolutely fucking stupid.
It's stupid.
I heard that in the scene. I was like, "What?"
No.
Oh my god.
That was Joey's thing there. That was not my thing.
Okay, so he wouldn't know, but she's been a figurehead in the city, so yes, she would have pinged on your politics.
Okay, well then in that case, I'm going to go to Zachariah because he doesn't ping on politics.
You would know she's a Giovanni.
Oh joy, joyous.
I say
Yeah,
that
I will be
for
speaking
a
to
very
her
specific
shortly.
reason because of your background.
Because of the edict.
Okay. Yes. That's
Gotcha.
why I said that.
Yep.
Basically, one of those you look at it and go, "Oh God, I know."
Yep. It's oh god.
Oh God, stay away from me.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I mean, PJ, if you're not wanting to do anything right now, particularly.
No, it's fine. I'm just observing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Say,
cool.
PJ, it's your choice. I mean, you got introed. You're good to go. I mean, if you need to hop out for anything else, it's okay. I'm not gonna be mad. You want to hang out? That's fine. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
watch what's going on. You never know what you can pick up just by watching.
I mean,
this
that's all
being
I'm doing.
PJ's intro scene, I'm trying not to just do the Will thing of okay, I've got an idea, I'm gonna run with it.
I don't care what you do. Like, if I'm gonna do something, I'll let you know.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that, man. Like, I'm not trying to run the scene, but I've got
Just
things.
play.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Zachariah because he doesn't ping on my politics.
Okay. He just looks at you, kind of chuckles at your outfit.
Gonna have a sit beside him.
No, this is an interaction. I'm curious to see.
Well, you are a very interesting individual.
I've heard that. You see, I mean, he's talks to you when he actually speaks to you. He looks in your direction, but when he's not talking to you, he's still watching the two groups. He's specifically focused on Jade and her crew and James and his crew.
Yeah, Dante is like not breaking his stare from this man because he is intently giving his attention to this man. So he's like, I know who everyone important in this room is, and you don't pop up anywhere. Which, pardon my language here, but that terrifies me.
He just smiles. It should.
I'm gonna look at Zachariah and see if he has any kind of Sabbat insignia anywhere. I have Sabbat Lord too.
No insignia whatsoever. He's in a nice gray suit. He looks like a typical businessman, but obviously he's. You could tell he's a vampire, but this guy. I mean, obviously he's piqued everybody's curious because even within Jade's group, they're all kind of looking over. And James's group kind of finally notices it's almost as if intentionally attention has been diverted to him.
Can I get a conviction roll to feel this guy's like beast?
Sure.
I don't know if conviction would be the right roll for that, but I'm assuming we're both on paths. So.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I guess conviction because that's a path thing.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with that. PJ, yeah, there's nothing that signifies he's Sabbat, but the fact that you see he's not taking sides, I mean, he could be one of the independents. There are independents within the city. But
so you need to roll your dice here.
Yeah.
3 dice.
Yeah.
But
there's just something that sets him off. You know, something that sets you
he's
off.
pinging as he has a beast, basically, is all.
The point is, though, like with his description and everything, and given if Zachariah is his real name, that doesn't signify anything important. Or should I roll?
Let me look at something real quick. I want to make sure. I don't think. Oh, just be glad it's not the other one that's in attendance. That would be hilarious for Dante and this one to meet. No, he's never hit. The name never hit on a Sabbat radar.
Sure.
But you have a feeling you're pretty close to accurate in assuming that he's not on the Camarillo side. Just by the way he's acting, by the way he's not being so nonchalant about how he's, sipping his, slowly sipping his drink, and the fact that even the bartender seems kind of off-put by him. What did he get for successes on?
I got 3.
Oh, 3? Okay.
Yep.
I got an 8, a 10, and an 8.
Yeah, he's definitely got a beast within him.
Okay, cool. Can I chat him up and roll intelligence academics to determine his path?
You can try.
That's why I'm saying, can I just roll it? Because I don't even know what I would say to start trying to determine that.
I don't know that you can necessarily do that. I think that would be like an Eyes of Chaos challenge.
Fair enough. Okay, well, in that case,
I'm sorry. Actually, he wouldn't have a path. But I look at what I had him mixed up with someone else, but he wouldn't have a path. But he has a beast, and the beast is definitely unique with
right. Okay, I mean, because one beast recognizes another, I guess, was kind of my.
So basically, you have at least confirmed nothing else. He definitely is a kindred.
Right, or a ghoul, because ghouls have beasts.
The strength of this one, no. I'm going to say, since you got all 3 successes on your conviction, strength of this one, he's not a ghoul. If he is, he's a very old ghoul and very strong.
Or his dominator is just incredibly potent.
Yeah, or that too.
Okay, well then in that case...
but by the way he's acting and everything, nah, that's not a ghoul.
Okay, cool. So,
he just strikes you as definitely not ghoul material.
Right. Okay.
Because his whole demeanor is like, he is actually sitting, leaning as if he's better than everybody in the bar.
So, since you're somebody important that you don't...
For anybody observing Ransdale, he seems...
Oh, I'm observing.
Ransdale seems bored, and like he doesn't necessarily want to be here, but he understands that as a new kindred to the city, there's a certain social obligation to be seen out in public for people to talk to him, but he doesn't really want to be. And he doesn't necessarily seem to care about anyone here.
By the way, is Rentil wearing any plain insignias?
Is what?
Is PJ, is Renzel wearing any plain insignias?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Nothing on the duffel bag to denote what clan?
No, unless green denotes clan.
Green doesn't denote clan.
So,
it's just a color.
It's just a green duffel bag, and he is wearing a nice suit.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, back to my conversation with Sir Random Fuckface here. So yeah, you don't register on my political talks, and you're here. So who are you?
That's funny, because I'm sure many of those individuals over there would like to know that.
Well, I'm not many of those individuals over there.
He looks at you.
I pray.
And if I said
individuals over there.
If I said I combat their political standpoint, would that give you an idea?
If you combat their political standpoint, and which political standpoint would that be? Because there are several going around.
Their overall political standpoint.
You openly declare a member of the rebellion.
He smiles.
Very well.
Or maybe I'm just lying, trying to.
Maybe you are. Are you
impress you.
Ravnos? Because that wouldn't surprise me.
He smiles. There has to be some things that are left unanswered. If I gave away all my secrets, what fun would that be?
He smiled. Unanswered questions are for God, sir.
God is dead.
God is not dead, and I will pray for you. And he smiles and he walks away.
He just kind of shakes his head as he walks, as Dante walks away.
Oh, that was great. So yeah, back to his corner, sipping on some water.
I was fairly amused by watching that.
Yeah, every time he
Actually-
talked to Dante, he would actually look at him. But other than that, his entire focus was just watching everybody else. And he did notice you looking over in his direction, but he didn't seem to care.
Yeah, it wasn't.
He honestly
insane.
doesn't care if anybody's looking.
I'm just kind of. Actually would probably look fairly amused by all of this.
I'm gonna go over to the Giovanni.
Okay, since she seems to be the only one who's in a happy mood.
How many Giovanni are here?
She's the only one.
She's the only one. Okay, cool.
Well,
'Cause
in
I
the
know-
bar. I mean, there are Giovanni in the city. But...
You said her crew. I'm like, oh shit, wait, am I rolling up on Giovanni Central here? Like, what am I rolling
Jade
up on?
and her.
No.
Gotcha. So yeah, I'm rolling up to the Geo.
Oh God.
And I'm going to reach into my right breast pocket because the left breast pocket is where the piece of paper is. Pull out a card and simply offer it.
A card.
He pulls out a business card and offers.
She raises an eyebrow.
Is she taking the card?
She'll take it and look at it.
Congratulations, you're enchanted. No.
Oh God, I would have to reach to the computer.
I know, right?
You.
It's fucking amazing. It is a business card. It says Dante Santiago Vasquez III, Cardinal, yada yada yada, and gives a number, gives a list of like his subordinates, gives the list of what rectory he's out of, gives a whole shit ton of information actually.
Yeah, as William explained to me, apparently that is exactly how the Catholic
That
Church
is the
cards
standard Catholic business card.
I wasn't even aware of that. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
I'll be right
next time
back. Someone's at the door.
Take
Okay.
time. Yeah, next time you get the chance, Bill, go to like your local Catholic church and ask the one of the priests for like their business card, dude. It's actually kind of impressive.
Yeah, I just find that a bit odd. It's like, holy shit, man.
Well, it's the I won't discuss my beliefs on Catholicism in a live chat simply because it might offend some people. So we'll get to that later if you'd like. But
Yeah, well, I have my own beliefs and I tend to keep them all.
and that's perfectly fine. I mean,
Sorry.
you know, whatever floats your boat. What's up, Holly? You back?
Yeah, the dog was freaking out about nothing.
Fun.
Quinn.
So yeah, he will hand you the card, and he will simply smile.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you ever need
She looks very confused.
if you ever need spiritual guidance from your darkness, please give me a call. I believe I have a better path. And with that, he will actually make his way back over to his corner and sip on his water.
She really does. She's looking at it like, what the fuck? Okay. She just like sets it down next to her glass on the table.
Actually, he
And
will
just
at
takes a
that
drink.
point stand up and walk back over to her and kind of scratch his head. Sorry about this. So we should talk.
Who was you talking to?
The Giovanni.
Oh, okay.
He got back up and walked back over to the Giovanni.
About?
I believe I have to explain some things. About the domain of Green Bay. And he kind of narrows his eyes.
Holly, your character would know that Green Bay is off limits to the Giovanni. Not a big
She's
deal.
like, oh.
It's just general knowledge.
Right.
Specifically, because his
Okay.
name would be known now that he puts that together.
Well, this
his
is
name
going
would
to
be
see
known.
how this comes up.
Well, his name would be known as the Prince of Green Bay. So he's the one that made that rule.
Well,
Here, come with me. Are you
smiles
hungry?
and she's like, well, I've never been to Green Bay.
No, you haven't. However, working in this close proximity, I believe we need to have a conversation so we have an understanding of one another. And I believe I need to eat because I'm a little peckish.
She's like, she's like shaking her head at you, like, no.
Very well.
Some new vampire that I just met walks up to me at the bar. No.
Very well. Unfortunate. And with that, he will begin walking towards the door.
Well, if you want to talk, we can.
And he'll stop at that.
Sure.
And he'll look over his shoulder. Yes.
All she had said was, well, we can always talk here.
You're breaking up, Holly.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was just me or if I missed something
No,
somewhere.
I was waiting to see if maybe it was just computer acting goofy, but yeah, she's. All we heard was something about all, and then it cut off after that. You may have to type it out. I'll say it since I know they're on there.
Oh, she had said,
Guys.
well, we can always have that conversation here.
Ah, okay.
He'll turn around and smile and nod. However, there are prying ears here that do not involve your business or mine. And I believe the terms were, as long as it doesn't interfere with either of our business.
She rolls her eyes. All right.
You do see a couple of the kindred from both groups kind of leave, mainly just because it's way too crowded.
She picks up her phone. She pulls her phone out of her purse, and she's sending a text message. It's obvious, Matthias.
Okay.
And I'll just tell Joey what it is so he knows that he got it.
Okay. PJ, I don't know if you saw the Facebook chat, but I sent you a message. That way I didn't interrupt while they were talking. But Jay would look at you basically and say, I understand if you have other business that you need to take care of. If you need a place to stay, she'll hand you a business card that's just to a local motel. Tell them I sent you, and they'll get you a room.
He smiles and takes the card, but he says, I've already made arrangements.
Very well.
As long as I've fulfilled my social duty to be here for a certain amount of time, then I'll leave, because I don't necessarily say anything to anyone.
She smiles and nods. It's fine. There's no real social requirement to have to stay here, but we know all of us have businesses and other ventures we have to deal with, so please don't make you feel obligated to stay.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Of course.
And he will exit.
No, that's good.
Okay.
That's good. You did. Yeah.
Yeah, she sends a really quick text and puts her phone back in her purse.
It's up to you. I mean, if you want to hop out, you can,
Well-
PJ. If you want to sit and, just listen in, you can. It's completely your choice. I just figured I'd give you that kind of out in case you wanted it.
I happen to
Because
be
you're-
leaving at the same time as like the priest and the Giovanni chick, so I'll see if we happen to go the same way.
Okay. All right. Well, the three of you kind of all walk out at the same time. And silence.
In silence, yeah.
Awkward silence.
Yes,
Yeah,
well,
Dante
yeah,
will lead the way to a newer Cadillac.
So, where are we going?
A side note, because you have a perception specialization of details, the license plate says "Pray for you."
God.
Well, he is in priestly robes. Come on. He gave you a card that showed that.
Literally, I know, it's literally like, oh, God, yep, literally.
And I would almost guarantee. Oh, by the way, the A in "pray" is the number 4.
Oh, okay.
So it's PR4Y space the number 4 space the letter U.
Okay,
Oh, priests. They're funny.
Well, if they
wow.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting in the
Wait.
car. There.
Well, she hasn't gotten in yet. She said, where are we
I
going?
thought that was fitting. Yeah. Do what?
She asked
Everything
where
got-
they're going.
Oh, he smiles as he goes around, and the car starts while nobody's in it. And he looks at her. We're going to an office. Like I said, I'm a bit peckish.
An office?
An office. I need to eat.
Oh, very
And then we will have the conversations over dinner.
Just be glad there aren't smart-ass humans wandering around because they point to the bar and be like, "There's food in there."
Yeah, right?
They're not.
And
getting
then the
much of
priest does the creepiest thing a priest could do and goes, "I have a particular type of appetite."
that.
Um,
Yeah, that would really creep me out.
yeah, right. With
There's
everything
already
the
made
church has
people
done.
creepy, That's what makes things worse. Damn sure
Besides,
would
most
make
humans
the
don't
Giovanni-
even want to talk to me. Path rating, Path
Yeah,
rating.
that's true. I'm just
Um,
saying, it'd just be funny.
So yeah, he
How-
is going to get into the driver's seat, and the passenger door opens.
What are you getting in your
Right.
to, Myrcella?
I know. That she sent a precautionary text for a reason.
If I don't come back, here's who I went with.
Oh, don't worry. She gave the name on the business card.
That's hilarious. So she better not go missing, man.
I'm not dumb, dude. I work this shit.
Okay. Sorry, my stuff got wonky for a second. What?
We were just merely commenting that she sent a text to her brother, giving your character's name and saying that if you don't hear from me, this is who I was last with.
Trollolol. Way to go, Geo. Go Team Geo for the win. But it won't help. So, driving. I am going to number 11 on my list, by the way. Bill.
What they were talking out loud outside. No trying to change that up or be quiet. So
No,
I'm gonna mark
She
down.
says so.
because they really didn't say anything that would.
They didn't say anything that would say anything. He just said he had a particular.
And
Oh, yeah.
even
appetite.
that actually wasn't said.
Yeah, that was out of character. The
No,
particular appetite thing.
Yeah, he just said that he's hungry and that he's particularly peckish and wanted something to eat. And then,
Right.
hey, we're going to go to an office and eat. So that's what PJ's character would have heard since he was
Yes,
standing up.
I'm just writing down that he's taken to office.
I'm sorry. No,
Sorry.
William was kind of coughing at the time.
Yeah, I'm just writing down that his character has his feeding proclivities seem to take him towards office buildings. So
There you go.
Yes. Oh God, yes. Fucking A, I love it. Okay, cool.
I see another one who's going to be taking notes during sessions.
Haha.
Bo does the same thing. You'll see him writing in a notepad every time.
So.
okay, at that I'm just gonna go. I assume there's a chantry.
Okay. Yes. There's a chantry.
I'll go to the chantry, and it doesn't give any kind of limit to the principal focus speeds in the book. Is there a limit to how many you want me to be able to make?
Into what?
Principal focus speeds.
No. Go ahead. You can. I don't see any reason to have a limit. I mean, unless I think it's ridiculous, like too many. But
PJ, the answer is 150 Skittles.
there you go.
No, I mean that was the ultimate answer when I played Tremere.
I mean, if I can just take time and do it, then I'm just gonna store up like say 50 of them in Pez dispensers.
Okay, that works. Yeah, that's fine.
It's a smart thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no issues with that, so that's fine.
Then I will be. I don't know how your game's doing it. If you're doing it cost related or time related to purchasing rituals, I will be researching another one.
Since you started it in game, usually what I do is for like rituals, disciplines, stuff like that. As long as you tell me in a session that that's what you're going to start focusing on, even if you want to get in other sessions, we can say like during your off time, that's what you're doing is you're studying that ritual, doing this and that. So that way you don't have to say, okay, well my character just becomes super antisocial and just sits and studies all the time.
Oh.
Sure.
But that way it gives you a chance if you want to be social. I mean, if your character wants to be antisocial, more power to them. But,
well, no, my real question is there, because some games assign a cost to it, and the book doesn't assign a cost. It just says that you have to spend time, but it doesn't give time tables. So I need to know like how much time it takes me to learn a level 1 ritual versus.
I'm gonna take half a second while you guys are talking about this.
Okay.
Take your time.
I'd say for a level 1, I'd say just because they're pretty basic and they still require some time and energy to really get good at. I'd say maybe 2 weeks max before you can at least try and cast it and get some kind of result.
Sure.
Bill, on that side note, after Dante is done with the scene tonight, he is spending his time to focus on learning the first dot, or his first ritual for a thing that doesn't have a discipline, but its discipline is based on obtenebration.
Abyssal mysticism.
Abyssal mysticism for the win, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, like I said, I mean, as long as you tell me ahead of time in scene that that's what they're going to be doing on the sideline, if you tell me, hey, I want to learn the level 1 ritual, I'll be like, okay, well, it's going to take you about 2 weeks, give or take, to just to be able to practice it. The first one, the first time you do it, I may up the difficulty a little bit, just because it's your first time actually practicing it.
Sure.
But then it will drop down as you use it more and more. So.
Not a problem.
Yeah. So I mean, if you want to go ahead and head out for your day, that's fine. I mean, you got your character set up. He's introed. He's good to go. So.
And also, does the regent have any orders? Will we do a chantry scene? Do the Tremere stay in the chantry?
The Tremere, as I said, pretty much side with Sven. None of them were in attendance because they were all busy using various powers to try and locate Sven. using their unique disciplines to try and locate him. So right now, that's basically what they're busy doing. If you want to do a chantry scene at one point in time, where it just basically involves you kind of introducing yourself to the other Tremere, that's fine, we can. If you just want to say you introduce yourself and, they kind of put you to work. Because right now, the main focus is finding Sven and getting him back out. So
if there are any level 1 writs in the Chantry that would help with that, I don't mind to learn something to aid the Chantry. So
okay.
I can look through stuff to try to see if there's anything, but
yeah, if there is one, then I could say I'll say you can learn that one. I mean, you can learn more than one at a time. It just will. I'll make it a little longer for you to learn.
I mean, I'll just my guy's thing will be that I'll focus on one thing, like kind of one track mind.
Gotcha.
And then just, knock that out, then go to the next one rather than putting a bunch on his plate.
Okay, that makes sense. That's a more Tremere way. They don't like to overload themselves. So, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so, I mean, if you want to do a chantry scene sometime, just let me know. We can set something up. If not, then I'll just say you got introduced to the Regent, and basically he explains right now that their current mission is to try and locate Sven. Once they locate Sven, their mission is going to be continuing to help Sven keep his influence, and they're trying to oust James completely. They want him gone from the city because he has not supported the Tremere in the aspects that they feel warrant, them backing him, which is why they backed Sven. Sven has actually backed the Tremere in their thought process.
Oh, okay, well then I'll ask for any information on James.
Oh, they'll get you a shit ton.
Cool.
I'll get that
to know what his capabilities are, because he'll just try to kill him if that's fine.
Hey, I leave it up to players'
Regicide,
discretion what they want to do. Yeah, all right. And honestly, most people would just look the other way about it. But yeah, I'll get you that information about James.
Sweet, thanks.
No problem.
All right, peace.
All right, later, PJ. All right. So you guys are going to go to an office?
No, we are going to number 11's office.
Oh, okay, I'm like number 11. I'm like,
yeah, by office I meant the church's office.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when you said number, that's what threw me off for a minute. I'm like number. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. Okay.
And
well, that's going to be fun. You guys get there. Holly, he pulled up to a church.
Oh God.
And he gets out and
There's
closes
a cross
his door.
out front, isn't there?
It's a church.
He gets out. He closes his door. He comes around. He opens your door for you, and offers you a hand to help you out. Which, Holly, I don't know if you can actually see the picture I've loaded, but that is what Dante looks like.
I cannot see the picture that you have loaded.
Okay, I will PM it to you then, so that you can actually see who the hell you're talking to, other than Will.
Right.
Because, I did not have a picture for Dante previously.
Okay.
There you go. I felt that he was close enough to appearance 4 with Otherworldly as a specialization.
Okay. All right. She'll take his hand, but she's not looking up. She knows that she's at church.
Yeah. No, he
he
will help you out, and he will close the door behind you. Yeah, he is acting the perfect gentleman, actually, and he will offer you an arm, actually.
That's crossing the line. She'll walk next to him, but she won't do it. She's not going to cross arms. Nope.
He'll nod and simply put his hands in his pocket and begin walking up to the church. And he kind of looks over the corner of his eye.
Oh, I have a touch of frost, by the way. I don't know if you'd noticed that, but
I have a path, so my skin is naturally a little colder than most.
Well, that, and I think, William, you're on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Okay, so he wouldn't be able to see the chat. So yeah, he wouldn't have seen that. Yeah, she was being a smartass in chat and saying, repelled by crosses, touch a cross. I'm not a vampire at all.
No, not at all. So he will look out of the corner of his eye as they walk and be like, I do apologize for what you're about to witness before we get there.
What am I about to witness?
You're about to witness... We're all... And he'll stop and he'll actually turn to her, like turn his head to look at her. We're all monsters. It's just a matter of how much we admit we are. I have accepted mine. And God has guided me to use the monster he has made me. And as such, it's my duty to God and to the kind to show them what happens when we stray from God's path. And he will turn, like, just, straight up, he's speaking as if it's just business. It's a regular, standard fucking Tuesday for him. And he will turn and he will walk into the church, opening both doors, like,
she does look slightly amused by this.
He will open both doors, fucking Aragorn style, like, both hands on the doors, pushing them open, and walk directly in. Am I greeted by a nun, or is there anybody here other than the priest?
Sorry, I had a side conversation going on.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. If there's anything I need to know, just, get my attention.
What I need to know is who am I greeted by when I open the church doors?
It's just one of the I don't know the church order of things, so just one of the priests in the church.
Okay, cool. I will give him the name upon him arriving at me, and I will be like, I need to speak with him.
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah, you were specifically given names for each church. There are actually, out of the 11 total, there are actually a total of 8 churches between the 11. So there are a couple that have more than one.
Okay, cool. He will actually, as he says that to the priest, and I'm assuming the priest walks off.
Yes, to go get him.
Cool. He will turn to the Giovanni and be like, I need a favor. In all of this. I need a favor, and I know favors cost. However, it's good business to do me this favor.
Well, I need to know what the favor is.
Can you make that human forget that I was ever here when this is all done?
No.
Don't.
Was that a yes or a no?
That was a no.
Okay. Very well. At that, I am going to call up my contacts in my back home rectory.
Okay.
I am going to call up my understudy and basically the head of the admin for my abbey, and I am going to have them sequester his transfer.
Okay.
And yeah, that's that. I'm having that paperwork filed immediately.
If she would, if she could.
Right. But that's okay. I can get around. I can hide my own masquerade breeches. I am a good Lasombra. I can hide my own masquerade breeches, even without Dom. So yeah. So does said priest that I'm looking for come back, and
yes.
Other kid is not there with him?
No, he was near where the altar is, and he kind of motioned to you guys, and then he runs off to do something else. They figure you're here just to talk to him, so he didn't think anything of it.
Very cool. Okay, so I'm going to look at the father and look at him and nod. Father, we have a soul that needs to discuss something with us.
Yeah, very well. Do you wish to go to my office?
Yes, please.
Right this way, both of you.
And he will turn to the Giovanni. You poor soul. We will say. God. Okay.
She just shakes her head because she's like, oh God.
He's at this point playing it up. He wraps an arm around her and kind of pats her shoulder.
There's one problem with Myrcella going to the office of the priest. She has to pass by the giant crucifix.
She doesn't have to look at it, though.
She's been looking at the floor. Yeah, she knows that she's in a church. She's actively not looking up at things.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to clarify that. Okay. Yeah, so you basically pay attention to the floor.
I knew that when I went in. That's why I said before I walked in, like.
So, as we're walking, because the priest's back is to me, I'm making sure that no one's around.
No, it's pretty empty. I mean, it's middle of the night, so.
If somebody can do me a favor and pull up V20 and grab me the rules for shadow play. I believe it's manipulation occult, and I believe it's a blood expenditure. However, I could be wrong, and that's why I'm asking.
Requires no roll, but a blood point must be spent to activate.
Oh, amazing.
Lasts for one scene and requires no active concentration.
Oh, amazing. That's all I needed. That makes it even more broken, and what I'm going to do will wow people. Okay. Not to put a feather in my own cap, but I feel
Kindred cloaking themselves in shadow, gain an extra die in their stealth dice pools, but you don't have to be stealthy.
I'm not doing anything of that nature. I'm doing something far more path-worthy. Cool. Because I can basically manipulate the shadows to do essentially whatever I want as long as it's mundane and like, I'm gonna eat your soul. Right?
Holy shit.
What?
I'm sorry, I'm reading the rest of it. Holy.
I can essentially do aesthetics and creep people out with shadows if I want to, yes?
Yeah, but you can also asphyxiate the shit out of the priest.
I can what?
Asphyxiate him.
Oh, wonderful. That's not what I'm going to do, though.
Yeah, it says mortals, ghouls, and other air breathers reduced to 0 stamina by strangling shadows begin to asphyxiate, which is what shadow play can do.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Although that is a very nice application. I'm very glad they added a combat application for shadow play with B20.
Yeah, it proves disconcerting to mortals and animals. And at the store, Kindred have never seen it before. Whenever there's powers invoked within the mortal's vicinity, that individual must make a courage roll. So the mortal has to make a courage roll. Will die. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm not gonna make you roll for any. I'm not gonna roll for that crap. So fuck it.
Cool.
We can just say it fails it.
I'm kosher with that. Like this will make this scene a little bit creepier and a little bit more entertaining, actually.
Yeah, I kind of like more cinematic scenes. I'm bigger on the roleplay aspect rather than the rolling and playing.
Oh, you are my best friend. Like you have just sequestered a big spot in my heart. That being said. We get to his office, I'm assuming?
Yes, you guys get to his office.
I'm going to walk the Giovanni.
Myrcella is still going to have, she's still going to have to look down because, of course,
that's
as Dante would know, in offices, there's crosses all over the place.
That's perfectly fine, and that actually plays even better into what I'm going to do, so I'm going to walk her over to the seat in front of the desk and sit her down and kind of gently place my hands on her shoulders, pat them. It'll be okay, my child. And I'm going to step back to between the priest and the door. Are there any windows? That's what I need to know at this point.
Just one overlooking the backyard/graveyard area.
How high up are we?
She's not sure whether she should be creeped out or amused right now.
So, I am spending a blood. And I actually am not spending a blood yet. I'll be spending a blood shortly.
She's a little
and I will look at the priest, and I will explain, this child has come to me, this child of God. She desperately needs our help. She has told me of her possession, of the demons of lust that lie within her. And now I'm spitting the blood. And I'm using her shadow. What I'm doing is stretching her shadow into a demonic form on the floor. And I'm, like, making basically the shadows on around the lights kind of dim the lights, like fucking American Haunting style.
Gotcha.
And he goes on, and he's like, the demons of lust that plague this child must be ridden of her. Must be ridden of this holy place. because God's law dictates that no lust must remain within us. And I'm at this point, I'm going to watch the priest.
She's
And
like
at this point,
absolutely offended. Like, how can this person just make this assumption
Whatever you're
about
all
me?
saying, stop.
because
He's
I
gonna break
want to
his
make a note.
computer.
He would be very ambiguous. Instead of saying her, he would just be very ambiguous about what he's saying. So no gender has been applied to it. I'm making a note for the STE in this room.
Gotcha.
No gender is being applied to his statement, so that if you're looking at her and thinking there's a demon in her, yes, you take it as such. However, if you
With
look
her
at exactly
appearance
what he said,
specialty of innocent. She actually doesn't dress like that either.
so yeah, he's like,
She's
the
wearing
demons
more
of lust must
clothes.
be purged of this holy place. God's law dictates that they must be purged. An unnatural appetite has sequestered into this child.
Well,
Now,
we can
at this
definitely help
point,
with that.
At this point, like, you know when you see those movies and you see a guy and he goes into that creepy stare, but it's only noticeable by the watcher.
Yeah.
That's where he's at. He's just
All right,
watching the
all
priest.
right. I'll bite watching this.
Now, Bill, I'm letting you know I am slowly reaching into my robes and to roughly my pocket and clasping the I'm gonna say I've got a straight razor in there. Sweeney Todd,
Sure.
gotta love that shit. So I'm clasping the that and my other hand's out against my leg, and I'm just watching the priest at this point.
Okay, he truly looks concerned for her soul. You see him trying, he's obviously trying to think of probably the exact phrase. I mean, he's looking around. It kind of freaks him out. So he's like, you could see him, he's coming up with, the whole exorcism rite in his mind at this point because he sees all this, the lights fucking, going goofy. You can see the shadow. Her shadow has become.
Is he a Carolingian by chance? Is he a Carolingian by chance? Sorry, I was at one point going to go into priesthood, and Carolingian are the specific order that perform exorcisms?
Yes, he would be.
Okay, cool. Very cool. Sorry, I as a player know way too much about Catholicism.
That's fine. I mean, that will help out, when it comes. You just will have to explain it. A lot of flavor. I don't, yeah. He actually starts walking over to one of the bookshelves, and, he keeps looking at the lights and noticing how they're kind of, flickering and acting goofy. But he looks down at her shadow and just, you see him going for the book for the exorcism.
And I'm going to walk over to him and gently place my hand on his and move it to the exorcism book and lean into him. And, he can't see my other hand, so I'm using the other hand to pull and gently open the straight razor.
Okay.
And I'm going to lean into him and go, remember, God watches all of his children. And I'm going to, at this point, lean it up and slit his throat.
Nice.
And at that point, I am going to drop the straight razor, tilt his head back, lean in, and I am bleeding him dry.
Okay.
I'm looking over at her at this point, stopping mid gulp and going, "Are you hungry? Let's eat."
Eat the priest? That's kind of creepy.
He kind of nods. Eat the fucking priest. Let's do this.
Eat the priest.
And he will.
She's okay. It's not a child. She can't really have qualms about it.
And you have a feeling there's a reason this particular cardinal, which he has rank within the Catholic Church, is doing this. You're starting to wonder if maybe his phrasing wasn't.
And fine, she will join him because obviously he's going to bleed out on the floor and we can't leave that there.
Yep, that's a masquerade breach.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not sure if it would be an intelligence roll or a wits roll.
For what?
Assume she'd be, because now that she has seen what he's done, she might be able to piece together. Yeah, so it would be wits. So she might be able to piece together that what he was saying was not directed at her, but at him.
Wits enigmas?
Yeah, I'd say wits enigmas.
Okay.
Sorry, not trying to SC over here. Just
No, that's fine.
second.
That's fine. Yeah.
No.
Ollie knows I don't.
I don't have enigmas.
Wits. What do you? What are your knowledges? Oh, wits, empathy. Wits, empathy.
There you go.
Perception and wits, empathy. All right.
Perception, empathy could work. Yeah.
I'm just thinking wits because in her mind,
Thinking about it, yeah.
that whole conversation he was just having, she thought it was directed at her, and the priest thought it was directed at her, but he was directing it at him.
I'll roll with the, yeah.
So I mean, I'm giving her enough credit. So, yeah, you'd understand enough to know that that conversation had nothing to do with you.
Right. Okay.
I mean, obvious by the pure fact, but yeah, that's basically what you know is like, oh, that's slick. That's kind of neat.
So, nom nom nom. We drain this priest.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys drain him dry.
As he drains, and I'm assuming Holly, you step back.
Yeah.
You will actually see Dante will at this point wrap his arms around the man and gently lay him down, as if a coroner was laying someone out or a priest was giving last rites.
Okay.
And he will begin to carve him up. He begins, he actually, before he begins carving him up, because he is now devoid of blood in his body, Dante is going to walk over to the desk, clear the desk of all belongings, and he will, look at the desk, start measuring it, with his hands, and start measuring the priest, actually.
All right. So what exactly are you doing?
He stops and mid-measure and looks over at her, kind of like he was in his own little world, and then looks at her, looks back at the priest, looks back at her. What? What am I doing? Sorry, I'm doing a thing. I'm doing a thing I do. And he picks up the priest, dead body style, one arm under the crook of the knee and then one arm under, the shoulders, and lays him out on the desk. He grabs chairs and shit, whatever he's got that's in this room, to kind of lay his arms in a cross formation. And he's actually going to grab all of the crosses from the wall and walk over to the priest and lay them out. And you see him placing the legs one over the other, much like Christ being crucified to the cross. And at this point,
I can't look.
At this point, I am snapping the arms off of the crosses so that I can use them as nails.
No, they're not crosses anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're not crosses anymore.
So now you can watch this Lasombra, because you hear the snapping of wood. And what I'm going to do is take these crosses now that are broken, and he's splayed out, and you see Dante take go over, pick up the straight razor, and kind of lick it off very Gary Oldman from Dracula style.
Oh, jeez.
And he just closes his eyes and just, licks it all off, and the sweet taste of sin. And walks over and begins disemboweling him. Pulling out his innards, laying them out on the table. He takes the man's pants off and, removes his dangly bits, shoving them, into his mouth. And he stops, kind of folds his arms, looks over the work, and nods. Not quite. And
is he just ripping things apart?
He's just fucked that priest's body all to hell.
Do me a favor, roll perception.
Considering what I do, I'm probably watching this very carefully.
He's actually pretty good at it. It's kind of scary.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, roll me a wits perception on this, Holly. Since you're actively watching him do this.
A wits perception?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's not mixed.
That is an odd mix.
It's an odd
But I
mix, but
get-
there's a reason.
Yeah,
I'm
I
detail-oriented.
Detail-oriented does apply.
With the detail he's doing, yes, it would apply.
Oh, God.
Okay, cool. 2 successes. This man is essentially a surgeon. He's done this before, and this appears to be one of his favorite pastimes. So, yes, with the man's cock and balls in his mouth and disemboweled, he will actually, at that point, like, grab the shoulders and rotate the body on the table. And he slowly begins cutting the meat behind the shoulder blades. And you see him actually, when he's done with this, splays out the skin of the back and, uses that and turns the man back over. And, like, basically grabs this man's personal Bible and starts hammering the skin into whatever table surface he's got. And basically, he does that. And then begins to crucify this man on this table with his back skin all flayed out. His innards are now, down below his knees.
Right.
His insides are the outside now. It's so pretty.
Yes.
And he begins crucifying him right there. And when he's done, he kind of puts a hand over his mouth, and his other hand is over his stomach, and he is propping the one hand that's on his mouth at the elbow, and looks over his work. And he nods. Yes, I believe that will do nicely. Then, without a second thought,
And you thought you were fucked up, Myrcella.
he hits the desk so it's now sitting up. So, when it's now sitting up, it looks like a crucified cross, Christ on a cross without a cross. But oddly enough, roll me a perception alertness. Detail-oriented actually applies. If something could apply double, it would be here. Notice the keyword I said was could.
No,
One success. It
got one
kind of
success.
looks like a flesh angel. And he nods again, and then goes up to the head and grabs the skull and grabs, I'm pumping the blood for this, because it's tabletop and I can do this shit.
Yes.
Pumps the blood, and his fingernail becomes an elongated claw. And he begins carving the words. He carves the words into the man's forehead. God punishes bad boys. And on his chest, he carves, God is watching you. And then he steps back a bit and, again, goes into this critiquing mode. And tilts his head to one side. Squints his eyes. Tilts to the other. Nods. There.
I'm wearing shoes.
That is amazing. And he then looks at the window. How big is this window? Please tell me it's fairly big.
Yeah, it's pretty large.
Okay, cool.
If you want to display him in the window, yes, you could perfectly.
No, I don't. He takes the desk over to the window, puts it at the window, smiles, tilts his head to the side, and then just leans back and kicks the desk and body out the window.
Oh my God!
And then turns to you, smiles, and goes, okay, now I've fed. Let's go. And points to the door and begins to walk out.
We really should go. Oh. Yeah, eyes down.
I think some humanity rolls are in order.
Not with her, actually. I think.
Oh, is she not on humanity?
Yeah, I think she's low enough. She's good.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Her humanity's low enough.
My nature and demeanor are pretty.
Dismemberment of a human body.
She works at a funeral.
She's a sadist and a monster. Yes.
Yeah,
and I work in a funeral home.
Fair enough. So yeah,
This was amusing. This was amusing to her. That's why she said nice work.
He will
She recognizes it because she does it professionally.
He will smile and walk out. By the way, Bill, I am going to any of the IT stuff that is in here. I am expunging that this priest ever existed here. I am putting in that he left, or he was supposed to leave a day ago.
Okay.
And I'm calling my guys back at my rectory and telling them to modify the sequester request.
Okay.
By the way, I'm going to end up buying allies, and my rectory will be my allies.
Okay.
I just haven't done it yet, so I'm having them cover this mask breach.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do at this point is use his computer and print up literally everything about any child that he was involved with, and I am splaying it everywhere, so it looks like a crime scene happened here, like a break-in.
Oh God.
Here's one other thing. I am gonna have to. No, I'll just give it to you just because it's more fun. As you're going through his computer. Yeah, he's not just a pedophile.
Oh.
He's involved in a child pornography ring.
Cool. I'm leaving that up as I leave the room, by the way.
That actually offends her more than what you just did.
Because I am not. I'm a kindred. I don't have fingerprints.
Yeah.
Hi. Guess what? There's no trace. So yeah, I'm pulling up literally everything I can evidence-wise on him, printing out whatever I can, and fucking just fucking this room up like somebody came in searching for something. And I'm walking out.
Okay.
I'm leaving this here as an active crime scene that will wrap itself up.
Nobody will lose sleep over the death of a pedophile priest.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm certainly not losing sleep over it.
And that is how. And that is how, children, the path of righteous night works. So, leaving the church, having closed the door behind me, so that nobody goes in, I am logging myself out of the church because there's a log in and log out, especially after hours, especially if you're a man of the cloth. I am logging myself out, writing it down as before that all happened.
Okay.
Basically, I was in here for 5 minutes and left, and I'm writing up the report as if the child could not be helped by the Carolingian. I will continue work with her personally. And we are leaving. Actually, before we leave, I'm going to the courtyard, making sure the body is upright so that it can be seen. And oh god, the horror. And yeah, then we are leaving. So.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be in the gossip thread.
yeah, because that's morning news right there.
Yeah. I actually will create a newspaper article for that one.
Good. That's an easy news report too. So, we are at this point driving, and while he's driving, he is paying attention to the road, but he's like, so, it goes like this, my child. I was hungry. Sorry.
Okay.
The issue with Green Bay, the rules are you stay out, I stay out. Or I stay happy. Now, that being said, maybe there are a few of you that are worth having around.
Especially since you just watched all this and didn't seem to mind.
She was more bothered by the child pornography than what he actually did.
Now, you prove useful to me because I need a patsy. I have one back home for this kind of thing. I don't have one here. You work with me. We will discuss terms for Giovanni conducting business back home.
What exactly precisely do you want?
I need you to be the innocent child who was possessed by a demon. It's simple.
She just kind of chuckles at because this is slightly amusing to her.
The nymphomaniac child who needs repentance from God. The demon-possessed child. Whatever I may need you to be. I need you to be it. The naughty nun who may need a father's reprimand.
Oh
There's
boy.
a plethora in the world of repentance that this needs. And God has put me into a position to be his judgment in his hand.
She's kind of looking at him like he's kind of batshit. But
He's not. He's very much like Zachariah at this point. He is not looking at you, even when he speaks to you, though. He's paying attention to the road as he drives.
Okay.
What I need is someone who can be trusted, and I believe that your family's want for business in my domain outweighs their want to keep this business separate. However, I'm not of your family, so I cannot speak for them. But for 5 years, they've been held out of my domain. I believe they would be chomping at the bit to have a foot in the door.
Oh yeah, Myrcella, you would know for a fact that anytime the Giovanni aren't allowed somewhere, they try and do their best to get in there just to say they're now in there.
Right. And even I bet if she went and said something to her people about something, not necessarily directly what he's doing, but listen, there's an opportunity, they'd be like, yeah, you better fucking do it, bitch.
So, that being said, I'm presenting you and you alone, you personally, with this opportunity. You scratch my back, we'll discuss me scratching yours.
Oh, that hardly seems fair.
Fair is not really something that I believe the Giovanni are at liberty to negotiate right now with my domain.
Okay, out of character, obviously. What is it? Just the clan enmity thing?
It is straight up. He made a princely edict that the Giovanni are not allowed there upon punishment of blood hunt.
Like, no direct purpose, just because.
Just because, as far as anyone's aware, just because. Now, he has said openly to Prince Crow, or no, to Sven, that he finds their business to interfere generally with his.
Yeah, Sven would be the only one to know that.
Sven is the only one who's ever asked him that he's given an answer to.
Well, she doesn't look too amused by it, but she knows she's gonna wind up it's probably in the best case it'll get her brownie points if anything.
Right. That would definitely give you good brownie points within the clan.
Fine.
Oh, it could be worse. I could say I need you as a sexual partner. If it makes you feel any better, I don't dig corpses, and I don't have sex.
Awesome.
My body is sworn to God. To the carnal temptations.
Still funny because he's a kindred, but...
Okay. Good. She looks over at him kind of creepily.
She looks over at him. Oh God, she wants out of that car.
Why? Oh, it's just
True Faith. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
True Faith Cross is.
Oh God.
Yeah, that thing is radiating.
Oh God, let's see.
Has she ever run into True Faith before?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
Cool. Okay, very cool. Well, then, no.
The cross is.
And he's wearing on. Yeah. He's wearing shit.
She's good. It probably all makes
Still
sense.
just continuing to drive.
Oh god. She's probably like trying it. She's like, no.
Does she actively say no?
She's just like, she said okay, fine, and then she saw that she's like, nope, and turned and looked through the window.
He stops and looks up.
What?
What's wrong?
I wanna lie. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we had this.
You're breaking up.
Wait, yeah. I was going to say, you're breaking it.
Now, why I eat first before. Hello?
You're still breaking it. Yeah, you were breaking up on us, but it sounds like it's fixed.
I think it's
Okay.
now.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. He looks over at her, still with the red light. I believe now you understand why I had to eat before we could have this discussion.
Yeah.
You're the only one right now in this city that I know of who has nothing to gain outside of what I can offer by knowing this. And others of my particular political views, shall we say, would delight in having this to hang over my head.
I'm sure they would.
That being said, you keep my secret, you help me, we will discuss business for business' sake.
Oh, yeah, by the way, plenty of police cars, ambulances, and stuff are passing by you going to the church, just saying.
Good. Good. That's exactly where this is.
He was found.
Apparently.
Yep.
So, turning on PNR, Public News Radio, and driving. And he will drive, and he will smile as the report comes on. And he will drive his little newly found Giovanni puppy dog wherever she would like to go.
Well, my car is back at the bar.
Okay. He will drive her there. He will drop her off. He will wish her a good night. And as she's getting out, he will kind of grab her arm, and he'll look into her eyes, because I'm assuming she turns to look.
Well, yeah, if you're grabbing her, she's like, what the fuck?
He'll look into her eyes and go, if you ever need someone to pray for you, if you ever need to speak of repentance or someone to pray for you, I don't eat our kind, for what it's worth.
Mommy, I made you some
Good
push-ups
to
with
know.
one crack, so hey,
And I understand our kind's
Ouch.
certain, how do I put this, dispositions better than most. And he will let her arm go. And again, he will wish her a good night. He will smile, a very kindly, inviting, almost fatherly smile.
She just looks in there. She's just like, good night. And she's like, she'll close the door to her car.
And he will wait for her to get into her car, and upon her seeing the lights start up and all that, he will drive off. And I believe we can call that scene.
Yep. All right, well, thank you all for watching.
Okay.
So I think that she got it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This definitely was enlightening. Stay tuned for more.